Hey guys, Gene here, and here for you the promised Lunalight deck profile. Um, Lunalight has gotten recent support with the help of Lunalight Kaleido Chick, and also some other recent support, Crimson Fox, which only the OCG have and we don't. But with these two cards, the deck has gotten a lot better, especially with Kaleido Chick, because it helps conduct some very good combos with the deck, and also helps you utilize the Junishishis as an extra engine so you get your plays going. So let's start with the deck. We start with two wolves. This card is basically your Miracle Fusion. While it's in your scale, you could use it to basically banish fusion materials from your grave or your field to fusion summon, but its cost is that while it's in the scale, you can only pendulum summon Lunalight monsters, which is pretty fine. We're playing 3 Crimson Fox. If it's sent to the graveyard for an effect, you can target face-up monster from controls. Its attack becomes 0. And if it's in your graveyard, you could basically negate a card effect that targets one of your Lunalight monsters, and then both you and your opponent gain 1,000. So it's basically just to protect your Lunalight monsters. One Lunalight Black Cat, you don't really need this card anymore. It's just there as an extra level 4 monster, and if you need to use it as a floater. 3 Kaleido Chicks. This is the main card of the deck. Its effect is, once per turn you can send a Lunalight monster from your main deck or extra deck to the graveyard, and then it becomes that monster when you use it for fusion material. The main thing about this card that makes it so good is that the card is sending as a cost. So you could use it, you can send the card to the grave even if its effect's negated, which is pretty much when you bring it back with Lunalight Tiger, which we play 3 of. Lunalight Tiger, while it's in the pendulum scale, you could special summon Lunalight from your grave, but it can't attack and its effect's negated and it's destroyed during the end phase. So it's pretty much, and if it's destroyed, you could special summon another Lunalight from your grave, but this time it can't attack and its effects are not negated. And another thing with Kaleido Chick is that if you use it as a fusion material, you could add back a poly from your grave, which is pretty good. And if it's banished, basically your opponent can activate effects during the battle phase, so you go to get your opponent. Next we play 1 White Rabbit. Again, your normal summon's mainly going to be Kaleido Chick, so this card's not as important. It's still there just in case you need to search it and uses your normal summon. 3 Black Sheeps because we needed to search our poly, as well as it recycles cards when it uses fusion material. Now for the spells, we're playing 3 Allure of Darkness for the draw. 2 Instant Fusions because you can make Norden, bring back a level 4, and then make Bullhorn, and then you place it, go off from there. 1 Fusion Recovery, just recycle some stuff back. We're playing 2 Poly and 1 Fusion Substitute, mainly because since you're sending Fusion Substitute is very good because if it's in your graveyard, you could use Kaleido Chick's effect to send a extract monster to the grave, and then you get an extra draw out of it. Pretty good. We're playing 2 Foolish Bearer Belongings, mainly because there's a lot of grave effects, such as one of our 3 Lunalight Perfumes. This card's basically a reborn, and while it's in your grave, you could discard. You can banish this card, discard a card, and then basically write off for any Lunalight monster you want. So that's why we're playing the Foolish Bearer Belongings. And I'm also playing 1 Metal Force Fusion because of the Foolish Bearer Belongings. So basically your Foolish Bearer becomes a Upstart Goblin at most. Also you can discard your Metal Force Fusion for your Twin Twisters or your Lunalight Perfumes. So there's many ways to get Fusion in your grave. 1 Foolish Burial, in case you need to combo it off with Instant Fusion, or you just need an extra Metaphor in the grave. Like if you need to send Kaleido Chick to the grave, then you have a Tiger, so you can just combo it off right there. 1 Transcendental Polymerization. In theory, this card's actually very good in the deck, but in devpro it wasn't working like it was supposed to. This card is basically one of the new cards coming out in Maximum Crisis. Its effect is you pay 2,000 life points, you fusion summon from your extract using 2 monsters you control as fusion material, so it's basically the same thing as Fusion Substitute, but with a cost. It cannot be negated, which is pretty good, and your opponent can't chain to it. Also, you can banish card from your grave, target one of the fusion summon monsters that was summoned by this card's effect, and you special summon all the materials used to it from your grave. Their stats become 0, and their effects negated. So in theory, this card's actually pretty good, but just like I said, in devpro it wasn't working like it was supposed to be working. Like once I made a Star Venom Fusion Dragon using a Kaleido Chick and a Black Sheep, but I couldn't bring them back for some reason because it wasn't letting me trigger the effect. 3 Twin Twisters, you need your combos to go off. 3 Tankies, because everything here is a Beast Warrior. And the 1 Vanity's Emptiness, in case you go first, it's a very good card, and you can shut off very easily with your Foolish Burials, your Lures, Twin Twisters, all that type of stuff. Now for the extra, we're playing 2 Lunalight Leo Dancers. It's basically the main boss monster of the deck. You could easily go into it now with Kaleido Chick. 3 Panther Dancer. You could by all means cut this down to 2 and play 3 Cat Dancers. I'm just seeing myself needing Panther Dancer more at times. That's why I play 3, because that's one of my main target that I like sending with Kaleido Chick. I play 1 Starving Fusion Dragon as a secondary fusion monster that I can make, because almost all these are dark except for Tiger and Wolf. Plus a very good monster all around. 1 Norden for the instant fusion. 1 Tiger King, because you can make it and you set Tankies and then you search almost all your cards out. 1 Castell is a good generic rank 4. And the small Junichi engine, 2 Bullhorns, because it's the main comp piece of the deck, because you can make it with just any 2 level 4 monsters, and all the other ones need more than 2 level 4s. The main combo is basically you go into rank 4, which is Bullhorn, you search for a Beast Warrior, then you overlay into Tigers, then you overlay again into Bullhorn. The only way you can do this is because they have the restriction that you can only overlay on a Junichi monster as a 1 material exceeds only once per turn, but since you overlaid it with 2 monsters normally, that restriction did not apply, so you can overlay into another Bullhorn in the same turn. And then at the end you make Drancia, and on your turn you just pop off your Tiger, and then you special summon something back, and then you continue to place from there, and then you have a Drancia for your opponent's turn to pop off another card. So yep, that's it for the deck profile. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and Gene out.